Okay, so basically what we're seeing here, or what we're kind of waiting on, you're looking for acceptance in this lower distribution. We got a little cessation of one time framing. We have a weak low. We didn't quite take out that T2 low, but you kind of see like the two distributions here, right? These lower distributions. And so as we get, kind of back into this, and once we get, if we get back below this 16-ish level, it starts to look more bearish, and that starts to put that 4400, 4404 level kind of into question. And that, that kind of, if we merge these profiles here, you can kind of see that distribution a little bit clearer, right? As you get like low volume there, comes down, a little bit of low volume here, but really kind of tapers off down here around that 4400 level. So as it starts to accept underneath of this 22, this low volume node, you start to, be targeting the lower end of this distribution, which is about like oh 06 to the 00. What's interesting also is that healthcare caught a huge bid comparatively, to the rest of the sectors. Tech kind of puked its guts, and then the rest of the market followed suit. Yeah, the stream went down for a little bit, but it should be back up now. The Nasdaq has a big ledge at 15,100. Bigger ledge down there. The Dow already came down into its lower distribution and bounced a little bit. this low that was formed down here, and if we look on the DOM, we can see it a little bit easier. It does look like a little bit of absorption down here, right? Not very well tapered. You see big volume kind of gets stuck down here, and then you see bigger little volume nodes on the way up. It gets thin, and then the big volume comes in around that 15, kind of showing that maybe we got some trapped shorts down here on the low. Um, Not really a good excess low, so to speak. More or less just that the selling was weak and buyers kind of absorbed, realized they had the trap set, and then chased them up. A double distribution forming on the daily. It didn't balance at 44.05. I'm not sure what you mean by that 44.05. What do you mean by imbalance? See the POC shift up here. You're talking like on an order flow chart? Oh, that's not. I don't know. That's not something that I really track, to be honest with you. Like you're talking about like resting orders that didn't get filled. I That's not something that I look at. Yeah, from the 05. Yeah, that's not something that I like. Are you looking at like a heat map or something? Or you just have it marked down? Excuse me. Oh yeah, just marked down. Yeah. It definitely seems like buyers are trying to like step up and pop this market up, to be honest with you. We've got some singles above. This 17 half, 17 quarter level, this market able to sell under. This offer is definitely trying to move down lower here. A little bit of buying coming in right off that 17 half there. See some of the weaker handed shorts start to get a little bit nervous right here too. Know what it looks like there. Alfred just tried to come in this 19 half and got kind of ran over here. Yeah, if this 20 goes bid, then we'll probably get some more upside. They're definitely still trying to sell it. It's just that you've got some stuck inventory below us, and they're starting to get a little bit nervous, especially as we're getting closer to E period. It's at London close, so any of the London people or the UK Europe session that are short here that got more short lower are going to start to cover here coming into the end of their session, or at least get back to flat. So um, they can't get back under. They didn't get under that like 15 area. Probably see a little bit of a pop, but just short covering, right? Not necessarily like we're gonna just run back to the highs or anything like that, but short covering. And today we have a double distribution, so it makes it a little bit easier that our distribution today is basically in the same distribution as the larger distribution, right? So kind of got our top here around that 23. That low is kind of, I mean, kind of dips down a little bit lower here, but the distribution here, right? You can kind of see it to that low, so it looks real similar to this here. You start to see London close. We start to get some short covering here. No surprise. Excuse me. What is the red box above? This one right here? This is just marking those single prints. So just today's single prints. So if this E breaks the D high just like that, we'll have one time framing higher. What should happen here, right? Because we do have a mechanical B high that's sold right off of the open. Um, if we get this break and we fill these single prints, then most likely we'll take that out, right? It's a little bit late to get into the move here. Um, or what could happen is these mechanical sellers could move down, re-offer this level here, which happens to be the weak spot, and look to trade it back below the POC. Um, I'm kind of looking for the market to really trade back up to this kind of 28. I'd like to see the reoffer come in here, look to see it fail. Maybe even that 31 level, so maybe fail like right at the A low. Um, so anywhere from like 28 to 31 is kind of what I'm looking for, a fail inside this area here. You're seeing them hold that D high pretty decently, but doesn't to me it doesn't look like it's gonna hold. Offer's trying to move lower here. Let's see if they get aggressive. Offer comes in and holds right there. The offer moved down to like 22 half. It looked. They still get this thing. I'm not a huge fan right here. We're basically just balancing, right? E periods inside D period. We're starting to see a little bit of sequencing, which I don't mind. If we break the D low, right, that would be even nicer. Maybe confirm that we're going to get some continuation to the downside, but so far, more or less just balancing here. So let's see if they take out this mechanical high. They kind of looked back to the point of control, got bought up. Not even back to the point of control, really just came. Didn't even make it back down to the point of control and then kind of came back up. So, like we were thinking, this E high is not going to hold, or this D high is not going to hold. If it does, this will be the third kind of tap in a row. Then we can start kind of looking really down to that 16. If they can't bid above 24.5, you can see like here's the three taps that I'm talking about. You get like a tap here, and then tap here. Then I would assume that we would try to break this level here, which is like 16, 15. VWAP sitting up there at 44.28. There goes that E high by one tick. Some opportunity here. Yeah, they rebid it. We get an offer that comes in, there's some opportunity to get short against this high here. Minimal risk, really. No sellers, though. Not a bad risk to reward right here, to be honest. Nasdaq trying to catch a little bit of a bid, but too serious. We could see if we could see a nice offer show up right here, 22.75, 22 half, then we should be looking down towards that 17, 18 area. If we don't get an offer, you might just want to flatten out for a point. Go see that offer comes in 22.75. That's nice. That's what we want to see. Buyer's really trying to bid this thing up here. Really try to blow off the top before it's tough. Just be tight with your risk here, I guess. Bids are still trying to step up. A little offer below, but it just ran through. I don't use the footprint. No, not really. I mean, we could see everything that you see on the footprint right here on the DOM. That's kind of what's most important to me. I made a footprint though that makes it really easy to track inventory. Offer's trying to come back in here. Spot. Um, I made a footprint chart that makes it really easy to track inventory for people that have a tougher time. It's definitely trying to come in. It's like some shorts might be getting stuck on the Nasdaq. Nasdaq's trying to pop this level here. Yeah, Hustler. I mean, there's nothing wrong with using the footprint. I know a lot of people do. And, you know, it can be a helpful tool as well. Um, I just think like until you really understand the order flow and how the inventory moves and stuff like that, using that footprint can kind of sometimes lead you into false signals or kind of give you an edge that's not really there and kind of get led into over trading. I think a lot of people that over trade, but like just like the DOM, right? And that was kind of my big reason I'm not really showing the DOM much. Um, was until you really understand the TPO, right? The DOM can be the same way. It can be a little bit distracting or misleading and kind of lead you into trades that you're not necessarily should be taking or over trading a lot of times as well, thinking that you see something that's not really there because you're too zoomed in. And that's kind of what the footprint does, right? Zooms in on every single little bar, auction by auction or trade by trade. That's why I like the TPO because the TPO really does help you, yeah, maintain your perspective of the market. I got a couple emails this weekend about running another boot camp. So much time. NASDAQ gave up that level it was trying to hold. So let's see if the ES can get here below. Needs to get below this. It needs to come back down here to like 18, 17 area. And you can kind of see like, right, on a micro level, the 1 minute chart, there's a bunch of accumulation here, and then they distribute it. Check back down into that same area, right? You could even call this a balance. Like imagine like all these rules that we talk about with the TPO, right? They apply on all of the charts. So if we take this chart, maximize it, and we're looking at the 1 minute chart here, um, and imagine this is our daily, right? You know, we're doing our daily prep that we always do. We're looking at the daily bars. Okay, what are we doing here, right? And so let's just look. Here's that low, right? This is back 10:55. London closed. We got a little bit of short covering. We were kind of expecting that, right? Shorts cover. We check back down, and then there's a bunch of accumulation right here, right? Balance, right? A lot of bars with a equal high equilibrium, pretty much right here. This is at um, what's this? We would say this equilibrium is basically like 20 quarter, right? Let's call it. And so at 20 quarter, um, that would be if if you're getting a little micro scalp off the high, right? We said we were going to short that 20. I got short 23.75, but that would be a spot where you'd want to take one off that 20 quarter, right? So a little 2.5 point trade there, but the reason being is because this is a price that market has agreed upon at some point. Right, you can see all the highs kind of end there, end there, end there. We finally break, you get a little peak below it, comes back, back tests it, comes down here, and kind of running out of steam here. You're seeing a little bit of an uptick there, but no real change. And on the high side, right, we're seeing something similar setting up like right here at this 23.75, right where we got short at. Seeing a lot of highs in there, and so if we were thinking about this like it's a daily chart, right, we would have a balance, a breakout of balance, a retest of balance, a break above again, balance higher, and now a break below balance, right? So inside, let's draw some zones here. So we'll draw all of our balance in green. So let's go like this, right? We'll call this the upper balance. Our balance low, call this the lower balance. Well, in between here is what? What do we call this? Quiz time. Then where does the market move from? Imbalance, right? And so we get this imbalance, imbalance, imbalance. We move up, we get to this imbalance, we almost get to that balance high, right? And then where are we coming? We're coming back into balance. So if we don't see sellers here at this 22 quarter, and this is where we move over to our DOM, right? Then we kind of expect that 24 to be the next test, right? Well, right above that 24, we know there's a decent amount of stops. So if we are shorting the top of this balance, where do we want to have our stop? Right there with everybody else's, because we know what can happen, especially on a day like today where the market's definitely gotten a little bit short. We know that because of who knows the answer to that question. How do we know the market got a little bit too short today? You guys didn't think summertime was gonna be fucking quiz time. When the market gets slow, we got nothing to do but fucking hone in on our skills and sharpen our arrows. Because of the poor low, exactly. The double bottom, you could call it like whatever you want to call it, but we have a poor low. And on the profile, a poor low tells us that there's no supply, right? So anyone that's short down there, especially when we're 10 handles above the low, anyone that's short down there is off sides or they're stuck at the low. So we know the market got a little bit too short. And so that same thing where we want to make sure if we are going to short here that our stop is here because we know that the market's a little bit too short and could spark a short covering rally because the market's a little bit too short, right? And so that can help you with your stop size or your sizing of your positions. And you know, like, okay, well, if I get short here, I don't want to let it start to come up here and be like, oh, I'll just take another one here. You know, maybe you get the reverse and you nail it. But this, when you have shorts start to stack, especially we're getting a little bit of sequencing here, and that's telling us that the short-term shorts are still in control, which is good for us because we're short still. But if we get too much above this level, a lot of these shorts that are short in a much worse position than we are going to start to cover. And that's going to make our entry go from a good entry to a bad entry. And so we want to get out of there and we want to risk the minimal amount of risk as possible because we know that that short covering rally could get sparked, right? And so now on the inverse side, so where do we target? Well, we've talked about it, right? We talked about this balance low, this 18 to 17 level. So we came back up, right? We had our balance marked here. We had another balance marked here. Market tried to check back to the top of this balance. Sucks when we have all these different colors. It's harder when not a bunch of different colors. There's a balance. There's the other balance. Right, so it checked that balance, kind of got a little bit of pop. Well, if we start to see acceptance below, and so then what we do, where do we need to see acceptance below? Well, below the top of all these bars is basically 20. Right? So we go to the DOM, go to the TPO. Well, where's the point of control? Point of control is about 19. So we want to see selling below the point of control. Okay, so we want to see offers come in below the 19. And this is in order to hold our position, right? Because if not, we got to dump the whole position right here because the market's balancing, right? Balance, imbalance, check balance, balance again, imbalance, back down to balance. So the market is just trading sideways, right? Remember, this is a very zoomed in, this 1 minute. Like I said, I'm not even the biggest fan of the 1 minute because I think it can cause people to overtrade. But in order to break down the auction, this example makes it a little bit easier. And so if looks like to the right, they're stuck under there. Yeah, they're stuck at 18 because all of this inventory is still down here. So if they can't get back down here to where, because people accumulated here, that means people obviously also took the opposite side. And so as it gets down there, you get those shorts covering. And what do we know? We know the market's short. So anytime there's a downtick, these guys want to be careful and like, oh, well, it's back to the point of control. It's at the fairest price of the day. I'm going to just cover some. So that's what I'm saying. In order for this whole position that we want to keep, right? If we want to keep this position, we need to see selling underneath of that 19. And if we don't, then you just cover the position at the top of balance. And that would be more like a scalping, right? You're scalping these highs, trading them back into balance, even trading the low of balance, selling some in here. But that's, this is something that as you're looking at the inventory, you can kind of focus on or really kind of understand if you're having trouble understanding the TPO, right? I recommend going back into Jim Dalton's book and rereading it. But you want to see if we see acceptance, we should also see volume move lower, right? Just because we see the volume point of control move lower, if we don't get continuation of the volume point of control moving lower, well, then that's not really telling us that sellers are actively moving down. This could just be a B-shaped profile indicating that most of the selling today is profit taking slash liquidation, especially because we know on which day was Tuesday? Was it the 12th? I'm thinking it was the 12th. Let's see here. It was the 13th, my mistake. 13th. So the 13th here, which is this day here, well, if you had institutional money add 46,000, right? And cut 50,000, and then you had, oh, I gotta get rid of this pink. It's fucking and then you had leveraged funds short cover another 46,000, so 100,000 short contracts come out, right? And we get a P-shaped profile indicating that this day was most likely short covering. We never got above the spike. We opened on a gap lower, and so the people that are long here, right, are probably liquidating back down. And so if we don't get extension, and this was a P-shaped profile kind of until that liquidation. It was like a B-shape until the liquidation, excuse me. So like a liquidation followed by another liquidation. Um, but if we don't get this extension, then it's telling us that this move lower is probably just profit taking rather than actual new money selling. Long, I know it's like a roundabout way to get to that, but that's the bigger picture. And a lot of times those little clues like that can help us, um, help us in the market, help us kind of be privy to what smart money's trying to do, because that's kind of our goal, right? Is to try to find out what smart money's doing and do what they're doing, because that's who wins in the market. Nasdaq's above its VWAP. ES VWAP sitting up at 27, 28, basically. We might even catch some upside here. Be like the fourth little test. Got two mechanical lows. So you're seeing the. I mean, it's obvious because we're inside the initial balance, but you're seeing sequencing from the high and from the low. So you've got short-term shorts battling short-term longs with stuck short inventory, kind of leading or leaning. Market's going to break higher because we're above some stuck shorts with the mechanical low above them, right? So that's telling us there's shorts stuck here. Shorts weren't strong enough to get down to where that supply's at. So some weak spots on the profile here up at like 28.5. 475, there's another one as well, but it's pretty far up there. Little stop run and offer comes in 25 there, which is right at the E high. You want to see 29, Roach? Yeah, I like that. 20, yeah, 28 half, 31. Whole area right there. I'd like to try a short from up there on the first tap. May not get a choice though. If this 25 reoffers and holds, then we might just keep going back down. Nasdaq taking a bit of a breath here. See what the tick does here. Bids are trying to step up to 25. They're filling that offer. Someone was just covering a short there at 25. Is what that looked like.
So when you say you'd like to see that 29, so you see the 29 and then what? Like, what do you mean when you say you'd like to see that?
So what I'd like to see is I'd like to see this come up to 29, 29, 30, 31, anywhere like inside this spot right here. And what I want to see is I want to see some of these big offers kind of hold out. So like as it comes through, here's 28. I'd like and there's 400 lots here. I'd like to see them re-offer that. So like another 400 lots there. Same idea. Like and so what I'm just kind of doing is I'm kind of just waiting to see as it comes up. Do they do it here? No. Do they do it here? No. Do they do it here? No. Do they do it here? And then all of a sudden we get to this 3075 and you see like a 200 lot order come in and then 193 come in and then like a 175 come in and then a couple small ones and then another offer smacks it lower. That's gonna make me interested in that spot. The execution is probably as soon as I start to see that big offer come in around this 31, that's where I start to smack it, right? Put on some size, see how it tests. If it gets a little rebound, maybe you can add one more and then look to trade back to wherever the bid was at, right? This bid's here for now, but the bid that we have is down here.
Got
And
it.
then
Thank
see,
you.
yeah, no problem. And then you just kind of watch that reaction. So as it gets to that level, you see that reaction and you kind of see, okay, what are they giving us here? And we might need to since it's summer, we might need to kind of lower our expectations. We're not always going to see these nice like juicy 300 lot offers because it's summertime, right? Everyone's in the Hamptons, doing whatever, and they've got Junior on the mic making sure that he doesn't just blow the account. So he's really not trading any big size. That's what we might. I might even up my DOM. Like right now, the milliseconds it replays is like 2,500 milliseconds. Might look for it to Might raise it up a little bit for summertime, just to accumulate some more information on the DOM. You can see on the 30-minute footprint where buyers try to hold a area low. Oh yeah. And they give a little cliff right there too. Or faster.
I guess what I'm saying with that footprint chart is that whole area could be, you know what I mean? It could really run up to 35, 30, you know what I mean? 33.
Yeah, where all the volumes back up.
Yeah, there's the whole area there that we'd have to just watch for, maybe scale in. I don't know.
But they actually let some shorts out right there. That's surprising. Um, I don't know what that means, to be honest. Just the buying's not that aggressive, where they're trying to accumulate more, is kind of what it seems like. Letting the shorts buy their positions back. They're not selling more down there. There wasn't a lot of volume. See, this is exactly what we were making sure we did not get stuck in. And there was opportunity to long too. Like, I mean, I didn't take a long, but there was definitely good opportunity. They give you a ton of chances to get in too. Like I'm saying, like they let those shorts out, there was a ton of chances to get in long as well.
Just hit my stop or hit my take profit.
Nice. Trying to fucking link this account.
See, what I would want to see on the 29 is an offer now step in below where all them stops came out. I don't know who was asking earlier. I think it was Nicole.
Nikki.
Yeah. So if you're looking to short the 29, I'd like to see an offer come in right below that imbalance there.
Yeah, sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I was trying to link Curtis's account to my.
And what kept me from selling it right off the bat was they have short stuck right on 27, half 28. So you don't really want to be. I mean, you could do whatever.
Which account are you trying to link? PB.
My guys saying like my patient portal, like a.
Oh,
Because they sent
not
Curtis
PB.
they sent Curtis a bill. No. They sent Curtis a bill, like $700 for the endocrinologist for his diabetes stuff. But they didn't send it to the insurance. They just sent it to him. I'm like, yeah, was this kid got a fucking job? What are you guys doing here? So I gotta call them. I was trying to link the account, but it's gonna take like 5 days. That's too much of a pain in my ass. So here, look, we're finally starting to see a little bit of an offer. We saw that 30 kind of get ran over, but you're starting to see a little bit of an offer try to come into the market here. Just close the single prints. That B high is mechanical, so if it doesn't get back below that A low, this thing's going above the open, like Roach was talking about, back to that 35. But you are starting to see a little bit of an offer come in here. Spot 32 half, and then you just got to see it really back below or back inside that 29 here. Nice. Decent offer trying to come in, gets uptick though. That's not good. Not at all. The shorts are covering early right there is what that's telling us. So these
And
shorts.
that's right on 31. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. You're good. Is that the A low? Yeah.
There was a big. That's where the sellers really dumped it from earlier. I think it's the A low, yeah.
Yeah.
But there was a big delta imbalance there.
No? Did it? What'd you hear?
Hmm?
What'd you hear?
I thought you said
No, I did not.
like it was kind of like it was kind of little, like because the air thing was on, so I could do that.
Hmm.
Okay, we're having lunch.
Okay. Cool.
Hey, Dad, do you do like how I did the stock car, like?
Yeah, that was cool. On my Father's Day card you're talking about? Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, because it goes trademark.
The trade market, yeah.
Yeah, and then I just because I just said stock
Nasdaq's on a
car.
tear right now.
Stock car.
Stock, yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think.
No, I got it. That was cool. All right, good. You know what's funny is I'm looking back and I was chatting with Paul this morning in the Discord. I said it would be a good long opportunity from the 14. I didn't take the trade, obviously. Fucking guy was here. So now we've got Brad Prince below us here. So, we get some long inventory that got stuck. Well, that got taken care of, and now we've got some short inventory that's stuck. So for these, I like to mark them in gray. Jesus Christ, what are they doing? They've got to get below 30 quarter here. Understood order flow as well as you do. I appreciate it, Rob. Yeah, I mean, it's just a matter of time, to be honest with you. Like, literally, like, it's just a matter of time. That's the thing that's like, you can't teach the time. You can't, you know, the amount of hours that I've spent watching order flow live and on replay is just, it's a lot, probably. Um, there is such a thing. But like, you know what I mean? Like, and so that's the only thing that you really can't teach. I can teach you how to be, how to what you should have when it comes to psychology. I can teach you how to understand the TPO. But until you start to see it and your brain starts to kind of like imprint it and get that uh muscle memory, or how would you call it, like it's like a match game. What's that game called? Basically like recognition of shapes and stuff, like the recognition of the patterns of the distributions, like pattern recognition. That's what I'm looking for. So you start to see everything, and then you get that pattern recognition, then it really starts to become like a, almost like a game, to be honest. But you're not going to get that from taking a course or from reading the book. You're literally only going to get that from time on the chart. That's why the replay function is so nice, because you can get that. It's like watching game film. Like, you should replay your chart like once every day, at least once every day. You don't have to do it in like, same speed, obviously, because you don't have fucking 16 hours to sit here at the computer. But like you go back to your trades and fast forward the TPO and you review your trades as the TPO is going and just look at the TPO. Don't pay attention to the order flow. See if it was a good spot on the day to take a trade. Was, then awesome. Did the trade work? Did it not work? If it wasn't, where would have been a better spot? Write it down, document, right? About journaling, I think it's super important. Um, like those are things that you really got to do if you're expecting to get better. I really like this thing to go down right now. Like right now. If not right now, then it might go back up. It's an offer trying to come in. Flat. I closed for break even. So tried the short there, right? Didn't work. It got into profit a little bit, but didn't didn't go where I wanted it to go, so got out. And that's another thing too, is like don't be afraid if you get in a trade and it doesn't start to work, right? Like you're driving down the highway, then boom, you're on the freeway, there's your trade. We talk about in the boot camp, it's easiest just to use that as the reference, but all of a sudden the fucking engine dies, right? So you didn't even lose a tire, you didn't lose a second tire. The engine just died and car stopped moving. So what do you got to do? Well, you got to get out, check out what's under the hood. Get out of your trade. Probably could have hit the reverse button right there. Would have been a good entry. And now we have more sequencing here, right? This low, I mean, it's close enough to the overnight low. What would you say? 9.5 might be in trouble. 39.5. Oh, 29. Oh, could be trouble for shorts. My bad. Okay, I see. I see. Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna get short, I think you definitely want to see the market below the Globex low. If not, right, I would wait to short till higher. I mean, maybe this is the perfect time. I don't fucking know, but I would wait till higher. I think maybe try the point of control. I'd even say closer up here in this kind of like mess of references. Um, and with the long, really, where you're trying the long from is a fail into these Brad prints. That's the opportune moment to try a long. So really, if you're not looking for a short, here, let's just use boxes, I guess. Well, I'm not going to draw them on tries. But so if you're looking for a long down in this area here, you're looking for a short, maybe a short here. This is a question mark, but definitely a short, probably opportunity up there. Probably some supply up there naturally. Um, right now, you have nothing to do. Right, that's what I was getting at. So you could guess which direction it's going to go from here, but just know that you're guessing. As long as you know you're guessing, then great. But if you can go to a casino, right? Every trade is 50-50. Could go either way. But if you can use some other things to kind of help you decide and give you, even if it just gives you a 51 to 49, right? Wouldn't you rather take those odds than the 50-50? Naturally, I think everyone would. If you wouldn't, you're just being facetious. But you know what I mean? Jelly bean. Do you have the pip flow overlay? What's that, Rob? Pip flow? Advanced order flow. Okay, I see it. That's the footprint you have. Oh, and they have the market profile as well, huh? Pretty nice. Have a heat map. The heat map looks like that. Order book. The order book is shit. Always. Ninja Trader's order book is just shit. The volume profiles look kind of nice. They have reversal bars. It's actually not bad. Here's this. For those of you guys that are on Ninja, I don't know like the cost of this or what the deal is with this, but um, this might be something that you want to check out. Pricing. Here we go. See. So you can get a basic footprint, composite volume profile, the order book, and a footer for $0, and then you can get all of these tools. Comes with a super DOM as well, huh? For 40 bucks a month, it says. 39.20 a month. That's not bad. About time they get their shit together, huh? Jesus. I don't see the DOM though. In chart super DOM. Can I get a zoomed in picture of it? I mean, that's not bad. This is what it looks like here. I'm sure there's a better way to configure it, but it doesn't look bad. For those of you guys that are using Ninja or don't want to use Sierra, 40 bucks a month is not a bad idea. You'd probably buy these things that you need to, because some of those things you don't fuck. That shit adds up, but right, like that's a cost of trading. Trading comes with a cost. Like that's just how it works, right? You can write it off at the end of the year. Also, the data, the subscription to the trading platform, the internet. Just make an LLC and then trade out of it. Just write it off anyways. They're not gonna check that shit. Or if you get a 1099, that's what we get from E3. You could honestly go like this and just put some single prints here. Let's mark this zone here. Great. That's going to be the area to kind of target there for opportunity. What are you doing? What are you doing? He's gonna be here in 15 minutes. If you guys aren't ready, you're not going. And I'm not taking you over there, so you guys. Apple's trying to break the high here. Damn, Nasdaq went on a fucking rampage too. A lot of volume coming in right now. As the market's kind of like trading this like up sideways move here. Stuck shorts at this 37 here.
Yeah, if they could pop it above the 775, they might get a run back up. Maybe above 38.
Before the sell off this morning too, there's a bunch of people waiting at 46 and 48. So that's like right up here. See an offer sitting on the 40 here as the market gets like pretty thin up here. There's that pop you're looking for, Roach. Discord.
Yeah, it got above there and popped it. I didn't trade it.
Supposed to be pretty nice this week.
Is it? It's been
Mhm.
shitty lately. Well, you know what though? Yesterday was a nice day.
Yeah, yesterday was nice. We were at the pool pretty much all day. It was a mistake though. I was out in the sun all day and then went to jiu-jitsu last night and I was beat as fuck.
Oh yeah.
Like, that was dragging ass.
I'll tell you, when I used to run, I used to pour concrete like it'd be like real like if it was like 90 and muggy and hot, I get my best runs that night after working pouring concrete in the brutal heat. I'd always get a great run. I don't know why. I don't know. I always felt better in the muggy.
Yeah, maybe because you can breathe a little bit easier. It's not so dry.
I have no idea what it was. It was like I said. And you think after pouring in that kind of heat, like because usually when you pour, you kind of bust your balls when it's hot like that.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, I would go home and then get ready, go run. I'd always get a great run, or most of the time anyway.
See, my mistake is like well, I wasn't working either. It's not like I was pouring concrete. I was fucking sitting at a pool, so I wasn't really doing shit. But
Yeah.
I wasn't drinking water. Sweat so fucking much. Like any amount of humidity for me, that shit. It's like, damn, like like I could. It looks like after I'm done training, like I pissed my pants. That's how much I sweat.
Yeah. Yeah, if you get dehydrated, then you're fucked.
But I've been taking this liquid IV shit, and it's actually tastes pretty good. Like it's not like a lot of those fake, uh, like I don't know, it doesn't taste like shit like a lot of them. Because a lot of those like sports powders, like you put them in water and then they end up tasting like shit, even like pre-workout.
Yeah, they taste like chemicals.
Yeah, but this one tastes like it tastes like juice, like, and it tastes
Yeah.
like real light juice, like more like a Propel kind of. And I'm not even a Propel fan. But that's why like a Propel's carbonated. I fucking carbonated water. Fucking English.
Yeah, I don't like carbonated anything really.
Right, Tommy? You guys love that shit. Carbonated water. My buddy, Mark Ashcroft, growing up, um, he's English, and his parents would always be drinking that Pellegrino.
Yeah, is that
Uncle Danny
carbonated?
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, my Uncle Danny too. He's Italian. He loves that shit. My
I'm
Uncle Danny's from the East Coast actually, originally, but
Oh yeah.
my aunt moved out to California. Yeah, he's like he's real quiet about like his past life though. Like he doesn't talk about it. And then like we'll be like watching shows and stuff, and he's like 65 now. Like watching shows, so he's like, yeah, that's my second cousin. I'm like, okay, fucking relax. All Italians are related, huh? Let's get that. His last name's Altano.
Oh
And
yeah. Where's he originally from? You don't know?
New York.
Oh, New York. Oh.
He's from New York, yeah. And he's like your stereotypical fucking greaseball.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he's cool as fuck though. He hooked me up with a job actually when I first moved to Santa Cruz. I got a job doing like banquets, like a server at a banquet basically.
Uh-huh.
And it was a fucking dope ass job, made a ton of money, and I was only fucking 18 years old. That's actually a job I really enjoyed.
Oh yeah.
If that job paid more money, I would do it. Yeah, I like it. It's easy because it's just like a task. You know what I mean? Like this is what's gonna happen. This is what we got to do, and then that's it. It's not like being a server at a restaurant where it's unpredictable. Because I did server at the restaurant too, and that shit's
Yeah.
unpredictable because you never know when it's gonna be busy, when it's gonna be slow. when your customer's going to be a piece of shit. Like, whereas doing banquets for the weddings and stuff, like, you know what's happening. All right, this is what time we're doing brick, or this is what time we're doing hors d'oeuvres, this is what time we're doing dinner, this is what time we're doing cake, this is what time we're cleaning up. Like, the only thing you didn't really know is at weddings, you didn't know when everybody was gonna leave. But like, you could pretty much at a certain time, like, start wrapping shit up and people get the hint.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Start spraying Clorox.
yeah. Well, and like, and because it was a hotel as well, like, their room was just walking distance. You know what I mean? So you're like, yo, take it back to the room, my man. Like, this party's over.
Yeah, yeah.
So it was cool.
That's what I do
But
with my in-laws are over the house. They're like, okay, time to go. Everybody's out. They hang around too long, they get the boot.
that's what I was saying. My wife's dad, he's like the best when it comes to time to value. Like, he doesn't waste any of his time at all. Like, if he doesn't want to do something, fuck, he's not doing it. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, it's like, it's like it's an aspiration of mine to just be like, you know what, fuck that, I'm not doing it. Like, he'll leave, like, if he's at like a birthday party and he's just fucking sick of being there, he's like, I'm out, bye.
Yeah, that's how I am.
Yeah.
Or I just don't even go half the time. I just
Yeah,
say,
that's
"Nah,
how. Yeah, that's how
fucking
he is
stupid."
too.
You have a
Yeah, that's
birthday
why.
party for like a 16-year-old or something. I'd be like, get the fuck out of here. I'm not going to that. 16. You shouldn't have a birthday after you're 10, 11. Shit.
Yeah, true.
Now these kids, you gotta have birthday. You know.
We'll just wait until she gets here. Yeah. No, not outside. Wait up top. Yeah, yesterday we were in the pool and he got out of the pool and went to a funeral middle of the day and got out of the pool to go. And I'm like, whoever's funeral he's going to, they obviously meant something to him because
Yeah, I was gonna say, he must have respected them.
he wouldn't. Yeah, he wouldn't go. He wouldn't waste his time.
Yeah.
It's just comedy because like his wife too, like, she's just like, all right, like, because he's like, come on, man, let's go, we're leaving, and she doesn't like. If I did that to my wife would be like, I don't want to leave.
Yeah. Yeah, my wife's kind of conditioned now too. She pretty much, you know, either more so if I just don't go. She don't care if I just don't go. If I go though, I won't want to ruin it on everybody either.
Right. That's
Sometimes
why
I drive a car. I drive 2 cars and then I just leave when I want.
that's what I started doing. I started just getting a ride from Margaret's dad. She's like,
Oh,
like,
okay.
oh, pick up your sister and your mom, and I'm just gonna have your dad pick me up. That way, whenever he's ready to go, I'm ready to go.
Yeah, yeah. I gotta go.
Like, yeah, my ride's leaving. See you later.
Yeah. I just don't like doing it. I like being home. I don't know.
Me too.
I just like being home and
I fucking hate going anywhere. That's why I
Yeah,
want
me
to just
too.
fucking build a neighborhood and have all my friends in it, so I don't ever have to go see any of them. Like, yeah, you're right here down the street. Walk down here.
And
As
usually
much as
once I'm there, I have a good time. I talk to everybody, I get along with everybody, but just having the appointment, like have to get ready, and I know I have to go at a certain time. Just a pain in the ass, you know, having it hang over me all day or whatever, or
Yeah.
all week if you know.
Yeah, knowing that you have to do it. That's the thing that's
Yeah,
annoying, is that you have to do
yeah,
it. That's the only part I don't like. It's like, oh, we're going to a birthday party this weekend, like, for like a 3-year-old, and you're like,
yeah, yeah. It'll aggravate me all week or whatever, as long as you know.
yeah, and it's like they're not even gonna remember. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Definitely not gonna remember I was there. So like,
I don't know how many weddings I got invited to, and what I do is I don't go, but I always send money because you're a hero. Then they don't even have to buy your dinner.
oh
You know what
yeah,
I mean? Send 250, $300, whatever,
yeah,
150 bucks, and that's great. It's pocket money for them, so they usually don't get mad at you.
See, with every wedding I get invited into, I'm always the fucking best man.
Oh yeah, no, then you have to go.
I've been in like 4 fucking weddings.
Oh yeah.
Everyone's like, yo, I want you to be my best man. I'm like, fuck, all right, I'll be there. Yeah, because the one when I was living in California, my buddy got married right here, fucking Long Island.
Oh yeah, you
Oh,
mentioned a Long Island wedding. Yeah.
yeah, that was a fucking bro. That was a fancy wedding. Is she here? I'm gonna be picking you guys up early because we're going to jiu-jitsu at 5 o'clock. Whenever I get there, I just don't want to hear a hassle when I get there and I say it's time to leave. And when oh, I'm just telling you. Someone tries to see if you don't get hurt ever. A hurt pinky doesn't count, man. My wife's on day shift now too, which is nice.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
better. I would think anyway. For me, it would be. I wouldn't even do nights. Fuck that.
Bye.
A lot of times you have no choice to get in the door, but once you get, then go back to days maybe.
Yeah, exactly. That's what she did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it helps me with my schedule having her do days because I'm a night, like I'll stay up all fucking night. She's not home, you know what I mean? Like, well, fucking, I got nothing to do. I'm not going to bed, so I'll just stay up all night.
Yeah.
Which is good sometimes. That's how I get lost in the matrix, though. Sure.
Mine are all excited now. They're getting another cat now.
Is your cat still alive? You're just gonna get another one?
Yeah. They want another one.
The cat's big enough
Said,
for 2.
Do whatever you got. Do whatever you want to do. I said I don't want another one, but whatever. I'm not gonna. What am I gonna do?
Yeah.
They broke me down. I'm fucking broken down like a fucking horse. I'm just along for the ride. Yeah, yeah, we have the cat still alive. He's good.
Yeah, he's big.
Yeah, he's all fur though. I think. I don't know if
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably a scrawny thing if you stripped him down.
Shaved his ass. Yeah.
Yeah.
One time, one of my childhood friends, Nick, his parents had a Pomeranian. You seen those dogs?
Yeah.
But he was real fat, like overweight Pomeranian. We shaved him one time, so he looked like a lion.
Yeah.
Little baby lion. It was funny.
You leave the tail all puffy and shit. Like.
Yeah, I shaved the tail except for the tip of the tail. Yeah.
Yeah. I seen.
And then shaved like his fur. But he was all like rolls. He was a fat little dog. Feisty as fuck though. He pissed him off. Like if you try to touch him while he's eating, he'll fucking growl at you and try to bite you and shit. He was a fucking.
I was gonna ask you because my in-laws, my wife's sisters had a Pomeranian. I hated the fucking thing. I hated that dog. He bit everybody. And I told him, I said, he bites the kids. I'm gonna kick it. I'm gonna boot it right through the wall. And he bite, but it was like a little squirrel, so it didn't do too much damage. But he'd snap at everybody,
Yeah.
He could still damage the kids my kids were young too at the time. He'd be in their face or something, I used to say, put the goddamn dog downstairs when my kids are here,
Yeah.
Because I had a vicious dog for years. I had a vicious, but I kept him away from people. I had half a brain, and I didn't allow him near anybody.
Or just punish his ass if he bites people. Don't be like, that's just how he is. Like their dog, he would only get like that when he was eating.
Yeah. A lot of dogs will do that. Some dogs, anyway.
You got to train it out of him. Like Warden,
Yeah.
the German Shepherd, he doesn't do that.
Mine doesn't either. I could take the dish right off them, and you could do that when they're young. You should push them away and take the dish off them. I didn't even have to do that with mine, but the breed I have is pretty. They're pretty. The only biggest problem my dog has is he jumps on everybody. You know.
Yeah.
But
That's all dogs too. Like when they get excited, anytime dogs meet new people, they always like fucking, you know.
yeah. Other than that, he's pretty. I mean, I couldn't ask for, you know. I let him out in the yard with no gate. He don't run away or nothing. He don't even go in the neighbor's yard or nothing. He barks at everybody though.
Yeah.
So,
That's good though.
yeah, he stands on the edge of the yard and bark at the neighbors and stuff.
Yeah, good. That just lets them know, like, hey, don't come over here.
Yeah, yeah,
'Cause if he doesn't get you, I'm gonna. So.
yeah. But he's friendly. If they like, he doesn't. If they come, well, you bet him. You saw he's friendly.
Yeah.
But,
But just the fear there, you know, just like, because most people, if a dog's barking, they're not gonna go towards it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like I can just imagine if fucking someone jumped the fence at my father-in-law's house with the kids there. Oh, they'd be punished. He'd bite them for sure. His Warden is a biter. Like,
Yeah.
he tries to bite you like while he's playing with you. Like, not hard, right? But he tries to put like his arm in your mouth. And
Push
he just,
the
like,
limit. Yeah.
like he just like, yeah, he's bold.
Yeah.
Like he's big and he
Yeah.
knows he's big. So he like
Yeah.
wants you to know it too. He's like, hey, listen, we're just playing here, but I could bite your ass and it would hurt like a and he knows it. Like, so if anyone ever jumps in the yard, because he goes nuts on everybody. Like the mailman, he'll just bark at him the whole time he's walking up and down the street.
Oh yeah.
But he won't jump the fence. I mean, I don't think he knows he can. But he's the same way.
He probably definitely could, but he might not know it.
Yeah. Oh, he definitely could.
Yeah.
Definitely could. I've seen him jump. He can jump. But I don't think he would leave the yard either because he's trained. You know what I mean? Like he's just doing that because that's his yard. He's like, don't fuck around.
Yeah. That's how mine is. He barks. Everything. Anything that moves, he barks at.
Yeah, Warden's a good name for him. Yeah, Warden's a perfect name for him.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good name.
Either that or fucking almost homeless. My father-in-law said he was the fucking worst dog to break. When he was a puppy, he was like a fucking just a tear because he got so big. But he was like, because now he's 5. He said when he was like 18 months to 2 years old, like that, right around that time, he was just fucking hellion.
Yeah.
You know, 125 pounds of dog, he doesn't know what to do with it, and he's just fucking
What kind of dog is it?
German Shepherd.
Oh.
Is he the one? Is he a German Shepherd bred that his ass end squats down or no? Ever
Yeah.
see? You know what I mean?
Yeah, he like leans forward. Yeah.
Oh, he does. He leans, squats down.
Oh yeah, like he like kicks one leg out back farther than the other.
Yeah.
Does it look like
yeah,
he's in the cover of a fucking magazine? Yeah.
Yeah.
He had a shepherd named Obama.
I've got 110 pound Dobie.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like Doberman. My dad loves Dobermans. That's what he had. But that dog was a fucking demon too. She ate like my dad had like a little man cave at his house in the downstairs. And he had like a couch and she fucking ate the couch. But he wasn't, you know, he wasn't able to be home with her a lot when she was a puppy too, so no one was really.
Yeah, that makes a big difference. I had a dog that ate everything, the little fucker. That was the dog that bit everybody too. He ate a what do you call on me one time, Brad? You know them rotisserie chickens?
Oh yeah.
Like I had one of them. I'm laid off. I'm home. I sit down, put it on the table. The phone rings. Now this is when you had to get up to answer the phone. It was in the kitchen. I get up, answer the phone. I come back. My chicken's gone. The whole thing is gone. The tinfoil, everything. I'm like, what the fuck? I can't find it. It was nowhere to be found. He must have ate it. That's the only solution. I couldn't believe it. He ate everything. In a
That's
matter of
hilarious.
seconds. He ate parts of my truck too. I had to get him operated on. He ate the blinkers off of
What?
my truck,
Psycho.
and the wires were stuck in his stomach. Yeah, I should have let him die.
He must have been part like coyote or some shit.
Oh, he was no good dog. Nothing good about. He was an old English bulldog. He was brutal. I should have got rid of him a long time. I wouldn't do that though. I kept him his whole life. Just a nightmare though.
So we got more sequencing here. Another mechanical low. Yeah, growing up, I had a lab. He was crazy.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah, he was just happy like as fuck all the time. Never barked
Yeah.
though. And then
He
I
liked
had
to
two
swim?
Malinois. Yeah, he loved to swim.
Yeah, they
He
usually
would
do.
he would escape out of our backyard. Like he would be in a kennel and he would escape. Like he knew how to flick the latch up.
Yeah.
Eventually we had to start putting a lock on it. So he'd flick the latch up, he'd get out. He'd do the same to the back gate. Like he knew to jump up and push the latch up and it would open the back gate and he'd get out. And like I used to walk home from school every day and we'd walk past this creek and he'd be in that creek all the fucking time. Just in there swimming.
Yeah.
Like, Max, let's go. And he'd just fucking like come along like he just knew.
I had a German Shepherd like that. He loved the water. I mean, he'd run through puddle, everything. Anywhere water was, he'd be in it.
Funny.
The labs is known for, but Shepherds usually, this dog, he loved the water. He was tied to a tree in the woods. That's how I found. Well, I didn't find him. A friend of mine found him.
Oh shit.
He was a great dog too. Great German. He got hit by a car though.
Yeah, that sucks when like a big dog gets hit by a car. That's the worst.
Yeah, that was bad. It was. I grew up. Well, yeah, I grew up like a couple houses off of Kaiser Ave, up on the thing there, and he took
yeah.
off after chasing something, and he ran across Kaiser Ave and got hit.
Oh shit.
We had a bunch of boxers too. They're all pretty nuts. They're pretty hyper.
Yeah, my buddy had boxers. My buddy Joe had boxers growing up. They are pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah.
They can't swim
Yeah,
for shit.
No, they can't. They're chest heavy,
Yeah.
Spike, the one boxer we had, Spike, he jumped in the lake, or I think my father threw him in. He wanted him to. He sank right to the bottom. Was just standing there, like it was like 5 feet, 4 or 5 feet deep, and you could see him. He's just standing on the bottom, My father would jump in and get him.
Yeah, my buddy Joe, his boxer, Bullseye was his name. Like we'd go camping and shit and bring our dogs and like Max would be in the water swimming around like a fucking like a little motorboat, just fucking you just see his tail and his nose just right on the top of the water.
Yeah.
And fucking Bullseye'd be in the water like like splashing like a motherfucker. You're like, fucking dumbass dog can't even swim. But they had no tail and he's like just trying to fucking box basically, just punching the water over and over.
And they're real heavy in the chest too, so probably sink easier.
My brother has a boxer too.
Does he?
She's small though. She's old now. Yeah. She's got a mean bark. Like she's not very big, But her bark sounds like she's about 150 pounds.
Is she mean?
No, she's really nice.
Oh.
No,
I had one boxer, Duran. He was mean.
you could train him. You could train those fuckers to be mean.
Well, we didn't want him to be mean. He was kind of mean. Not real mean, but he sometimes, depending on who it was, you know, he bit a few people.
My brother's dog now is mean as fuck. Can't remember what kind of dog it is. It's that little brown dog that remember I showed that video of it. He caught a bird.
Yeah.
He's fucking mean, bro. He's fucking. Something's wrong with that dog. He's bit everybody. Like, he bites everybody. It's the worst. And he can actually do a little bit of damage too. Like,
Yeah, a lot of dogs, even little dogs, they could do damage.
I still like. He's a little dog. He's like 25 pounds.
Yeah, I don't think I'd keep another vicious dog like I did. Like after having one for all them years, I lived till he was about 13. I think that dog. And I don't think I'd do it again. I think if they're mean, I just fuck them, get rid of them,
Take him out back.
shoot 'em.
Yeah. Give him the old yeller.
Yeah, it's just too much. It's too much headache to have the dog. It's hard.
If we only did that with humans,
Yeah,
the world wouldn't be overpopulated.
It shouldn't even be a life sentence. What the hell good is a life sentence? It should just be death. If you do something bad enough to get a life sentence, you should just get.
We're back.
Were you able to hear us the whole while?
Well, I could hear you for a second, but then I like closed it and then opened it back.
So that firewall I sent you, Brad, so that firewall will actually tell you that your internet connection went down and tells you what times it went down so that you can actually go to them because there's nothing. So like the bad part for you is you don't know if it was just your internet connection from your computer to the modem or if it was past that.
Hmm.
And having that firewall will be able to tell you if it's the internet connection itself or there's something inside the network that caused that. Are you there?
Yeah.
Okay. Because
I'm
one
just
of the
thinking,
things you
like,
don't know, and this is something about networks, is when network devices start to go bad, there are times when they basically just it's like what is the right term? They basically just saturate the network with garbage data. And so, and I mean, I wouldn't say that's all the time, but sometimes when they go bad, they do that, and or maybe even not necessarily when they're old, just like sometimes they're broken and they do bad crap like that. So you don't know if the reason why you can't connect to the internet is because something is doing a bunch of broadcasting on the network that's just junk data, and so the network can't keep up, or it's the actual internet connection beyond that.
Hmm.
And having that gives you the ability of being able to separate the two.
Yeah, because I mean, they're about to fucking. I'm about to take this thing down to Comcast. Like,
What
this
they do
one's-
today, Brad? They give you a new modem or anything?
No, they just like did a bunch of diagnostics on the internet, and they're like, yeah, it's good. And I'm like, well, I'm supposed to be getting 1,000 download, 1,000 upload, or gigablast, or whatever the fuck, and it's only pulling like 495. And he's like, yeah, well, you know, when a lot of people are on it, I'm like, a lot of people are on it, buddy. It's the middle of the fucking day. You think everybody's at home? Like,
Yeah, I got the same shit. They told me it was my computers. They're not fast, or I don't know. They're blaming my computer because I was having slow speed too. But that's not why I called them. I called for the same reasons you did with the disconnect. It would disconnect and then reconnect, and then
Yeah.
disconnect and reconnect every so often.
what'd you do? Just get a new modem?
Yeah, but I had to go through a couple of different guys came to the house. It took a while. I got a whole new line put in outside.
You
Uh,
can buy a modem from
yeah, they're.
Amazon and not even use theirs. I don't use the modem that they give me.
I tried that too. I couldn't get that to fucking work either.
You have to call them with the MAC address.
Well, I did. I mean, it worked, but then it shut out. It was giving me trouble. You know what I mean? So I says, you know what? Just give me yours, because this way they do everything. And if it breaks, I say, give me a new one. But he should have did that. That's what I said though. It depends on who you get, Brad. You could get some guys that are bums, and if you
Yeah.
get a good guy, you know it. Like it's like, oh, this guy, like, you know what I mean? They take pride in what they're doing.
Yeah,
Try
this
to
guy
help
was
you.
he was a not native speaker,
Yeah, well, there you go.
and it wasn't even Spanish. Because if it was Spanish, I could have made it through.
They were funny. The guys that came to do my new line were all whatever. I don't know if they're Mexican or what, but they didn't speak any English, or they pretended not to. But they were real. They were nice guys, and they did their job and everything. But I was trying to ask them. I'm like, it's doing the same thing. Did you put a new line in 10 minutes? I was talking to them. They said, all right, whatever. I had to let them go. Yeah, yeah. You know what I mean? We couldn't get back and forth at all, because the outdoor crews are all like, they don't
Oh
speak
yeah,
English. But the guys that came to my house were couple were
I just
good,
want them
couple
to
were
put in
bad.
fiber. I don't know why the fuck they're waiting so long.
So basically, he did nothing.
That's what it seems like to me. Yeah.
He tested it.
Yeah, well, that's crazy.
They came out, tested it. He's like, yeah, it's working. I'm like,
Yeah,
So
no shit, it's
yes.
working
So
now.
oh shit.
what you need to have is something that can tell you when the actual connection between modem and your internal network, or the modem and their site goes down. And the problem is unless you call them right at the moment that thing happens, there's no way for them to be able to go, oh
I
yeah, well
think
this
they
is.
could do that, Stace. I think
They can
Comcast
test it.
knows.
They can test it. Well, it depends. I mean, it depends. I think that they do have logs of when it fails, but it
Yeah.
has to fail for a period of time before they even notice it.
Oh, okay. Because I thought they were. I thought I could remember him saying something about me. He knew when it was disconnecting. He was checking, but I don't remember too much. But the one guy, the guy that was pretty good, he was two guys that were really good with me. But
Yep, 44. Finally.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna hear back from me. It's just shouldn't be having the same issues. Like, whatever, voodoo that they do to fucking slow your internet speed down. I'm sure they do.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
like whatever, but it shouldn't happen the same day. Like fix it enough so I can make it through today, and then have the fuck up tomorrow. And, oh, now I know for sure that guy that came out didn't do shit. So
Half the time, I think they know what the problem is, and they know it's something on their end that they're doing, and they just don't. They pretend they don't know nothing.
yeah, we don't have Spectrum here, or AT&T fiber. Yeah, we had AT&T Uverse in Cali, and that was the fiber, which was nice. Yeah, that's what I'm
Who's your
supposed to be
connection?
on. Gigabyte. I have Xfinity. That's the only thing you can have here. You could have. I think you could have Verizon too, but Verizon's fucking internet is garbage.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else you could get.
Where's the internet connection come in?
The street.
No, but I mean, what does it come into the house?
Oh,
Is
cable.
your
It's a
modem right
cable.
there? Where does it come in
Yeah.
right there? And so it
No,
plugs straight in?
no, it doesn't. It
So
goes in
like
through the
goes through.
garage, then through the downstairs. So probably like
Did he test it at the modem?
he tested it at the street and then at the side of the house and then
So
at
that means that
the
he's basically saying that, okay, so the bottom line is you don't know how good the cable is coming from the outside of the house to that modem.
right.
Yeah. Which may be part of the problem.
Right. Yeah, so they're gonna have to come out here and fucking do some work. They want me to keep paying. I just hit him with look, man, I don't have time for this shit. This is my job. I need my internet to be working top of the line, prime time. So you guys need to fucking figure this shit out ASAP.
Yeah, and every time you call, you got to go through a fucking 20 minutes of diagnostics that you know ain't gonna work, and then before they'll
Exactly.
talk.
I hate that shit.
Oh, I was
fucking hate
flipping
that.
out when they were doing that to me.
And it's automated too. That's the worst part.
Yeah, I'd be screaming through the phone.
Yeah. I already fucking did that.
Yeah, yeah.
For one, say yes. For two, say no. And you're like, operator.
Yeah, I went through that for a while. Like I said, I had a lot of trouble. They'd say they fixed it, they didn't. Like what you're doing, same thing.
That's a fucking pain in the ass. My
Or I
wife
hate
was
when you
funny
put all your
yesterday.
information. Oh, go ahead.
My
What?
wife was funny yesterday. So we're talking about like, because she's on day shift now, so she's like, the idea fairy's out. She's like, man, I'm gonna have so much extra time to fucking do shit. She's like, this is what I want to do under the deck. She's like, can we do that? And I'm like, yeah, but it's gonna be a fucking pain in the ass. Like, and she's like, this is what I want to do out front. Like, she's like, can we do that? I'm like, yeah, but it's gonna be a fucking pain in the ass. She's like, everything's gonna be a pain in the ass. I'm like, yeah, it is. Like, it's gonna be a pain in the ass because I don't want to fucking do it, but we can do it. Like, it's gonna be a pain in the ass. Like, that's just how it is.
Everything is a pain in the ass. Everything I do is a pain. Just finding my tools is a pain in the ass when I go to do something.
What's up, G? Why does it only show
It's in a
G dot
hospital.
dot dot?
Dude, that's so weird. It shows GT James for me.
Yeah, me
Oh,
too.
oh, yeah, mine shows G dot dot dot. I wonder why that is.
The hospital.
Like, I
for
see
a
it
week.
says Roach, says Tobias, says Hobby, and it says G dot dot dot. Look.
Yeah, that's weird.
You were in the hospital. What for?
Oh, I know why. Because your chat window's too small. Make your chat window bigger. It'll get rid of that.
I thought you knew why he was in the hospital.
Nah, that didn't do it.
Ooh,
Gallbladder surgery. Yeah. Well, maybe because they haven't done the name update. Because it says originally GT James. Let's see.
Oh, maybe. But it shows up for me though. Like I see the full name.
Have you updated your name though?
Me?
Yeah. Like everyone on Discord had to update their name or whatever. My internet dropped again. Motherfucker, dude. Can you guys still hear me?
Yep. You're back.
Yeah.
Oh, you updated your name right now?
Lost your stream though.
Yeah, see, I'm about to fucking Can you see the stream now? Should be good.
Yeah.
There it goes.
So we're just seeing sequencing. There's decent odds that this thing might just try to break into a trend here. I mean, we're trending up off to the low, but you're seeing, yeah, it's not really mechanical, but you get sequencing here, sequencing here, sequencing here. So there's opportunities really to kind of get in on some of those levels. If you get a mechanical level, there's opportunity to get in on the trade in the direction of the trend, which is up for now. Latency. I think Tom Sosnoff's in England this week, Tommy.
Leave it.
Decent offer trying to push in here. They need to get below the eye low. You can see there's kind of like a little weak spot in the volume profile here. Right here below the eye low. So we figure there's some trap longs or trap shorts, down here probably. So if you get an offer below this 40, call it 40, 40 half, then they probably look to test this 39. If they get below that 39, 37, and then this weak spot down here at the open, it's kind of like the next mechanical spot. And so you can see, like, honestly, like the volume lining up with these mechanical references here as well. This one, not really, I guess. But you can see like where they're buying at here. Be right back. I'm gonna get some water. All right, guys. Well, I'm about to take this this modem down to Xfinity, so I'm gonna have to shut this off. A little recap before I go though. So like, basically, what we're kind of expecting for the rest of the day, or what we're kind of seeing here is like, you know, if there is going to be an offer, this is kind of where it's going to be at. We've seen these short-term buyers able to push it back up to the initial balance high and actually kind of extend it, right? That's most likely based off of short covering. If we do get that pullback and you want to see an offer really get below this 30, if we move down into these Brad prints and don't see an offer, there's going to be an opportunity to kind of buy that pullback and then, you know, most likely be targeting this 40 area as kind of a return to value and a fail to move lower. If we do see an offer below that 30, there's decent odds that you rotate back down to this like 22, 24 area and then into that like 14, 16 area again, where we have those trapped shorts in these two areas down here. But yeah, other than that, you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Make sure that you're managing risk and sticking to your trade plan. And I will see you guys tomorrow.
Thanks, Brad. Take it easy.